Yeah. Good morning, everyone. In the last class, we completed our discussion related to login functionality as well as registration functionality. So we implemented sign up, how user can create the account in our application, how user can unlock the account, how user can log in into our application. Ashok IT login. So what it is giving me? Invalid credential. Now suppose if I give valid credential, then I'm able to log in into the application. Now I want to implement forgot password functionality. So first understand, here we have recover password. As per our requirement, when user enter email ID and click on submit, for that mail, we have to send the existing password. So account is available, user forgot his password. Password is already available in the database. Our application should retrieve the password from the database and send that password to user mail ID. So that is our forgot password functionality. Now, already account is created. Directly let me go for forgot password, that is user controller. So in the user controller, there is a method called forgot password page method is available. Whenever you click on the link, directly you can go to that forgot password page. So in the forgot password page, if you see how many fields available in that page, guys, how many fields available in that page? Multiple fields available or only one field is available? Single field is available. So do we need binding object for that, or we don't need any binding object for that? We don't need any binding object for that. First, let me make it as a timely form. XML_ns:/th is equal to www.timeleaf.org. Right. I'm making this page as a timely page. Right. Ashok IT forgot password is available. Fine. Here form is there. It is a normal form. Let's make it as a timely form. So how can we make it as a timely form? th:\action, th:\action, some value. Okay. @ forgot password. Something. Now, forgot password page is available. Next one, do we have any object for this? Binding object available or not available? Binding object is not available. Just I'm going to specify method is equal to post. It is a post request method. Input type is equal to email. Class is form control. Placeholder email address. Let me give some name as email ID. th::field is required or not required? th::field required or not required? Not required, because it does not have any binding class. So that's why I'm having input type is equal to email and email address. Name is equal to email. Here hyperlink is available. I want to make it as a button. So in order to make it as a button, I will take input type is equal to submit. Input type is equal to submit, value is equal to submit. Input type is equal to submit and value is equal to submit. So it will become a button. It will become a button. Now, whenever you submit this button, the request will go to this action, forgot password, method is equal to post. Go to user controller. Let us write one method. This is post mapping method. First, I am having get request method, which is used to load the page. After page is submitted, then I want to call this second method, recover password method. Okay. So forgot password action I have given as forgot password. It is a post request method. In this method, I want to get the data from the form. So that means I'm going to access string email and I'm going to take model object. This email ID I want to access as a request parameter. How to access that as a request parameter? @request param. request param of email. Whatever the email ID is coming in the request, I want to access that mail ID in my controller method. First, let me check that mail ID coming to the backend controller or not. Let me print that email. If that email is coming, then I need to write the logic here. I need to verify user account is available with that mail ID or not. If account available with that mail ID, recover the password, send the password to the user in the email. That's it. Forget password.html. Here, action I have given forget password, method is equal to post. There is only one field is available and I am submitting that form. Whenever the form is submitted, I want to recover the password. So I want to see that mail ID coming to the controller or not. Whatever the password you enter, if you go here, forget password, whatever the password you enter and click on submit button, my controller is able to get that email ID or not. Whatever the email ID you enter and click on submit, is my controller getting that email ID or not? If my controller getting that email ID, then I will write the logic. If the email ID not coming to the controller, we need to check why it is not coming. Are you clear? Fine. Let me run this application. Run this application. Go to the console, refresh. Now, localhost. Go to our home page, login, forgot password. Forgot password page loaded. That means my controller method executed. First method got executed. It loaded empty forgot password page. Now I am going to enter my mail ID and I will click on submit button. Check the console. Are we getting that mail ID or not? Clear the console. I'm entering the mail ID. Click on submit. When I click on the submit, am I able to capture that mail ID? Yes, I'm able to capture that mail ID. How I am capturing the mail ID from the form? By using request param. In the sign up page, unlock page, multiple fields available. So I have taken binding class object for those forms. But in the forgot password, only one field is available. I no need to go for the binding class object. Directly I am reading the data from the request param by using @request param annotation. I'm able to get the mail ID. Okay, guys. Now here I want to return same page with a message. I want to return the same page with a message. With this email ID, if record is available, get the password from the database, send in the mail. With that mail ID, if record is not available, display error message. Got it? Now go to our service layer. I need to write a method in the service layer, service IMPL, service interface. Do we have any method for forgot password? No. Let me write a method. I need mail ID as an input to execute the logic. Public string forgot password. I'm expecting string email as an input. This parameter will represent which mail ID given by the user. This return type will represent what response we need to send to the user. The return type is used for the response. The parameter is used for the input. Now go to IMPL. Let us implement that method. Go for IMPL method, implement that method, forgot password method. We should write the logic in the method now. Go here, forgot password. Right. I got the mail ID. Now first step, check record present in DB with the given email. I need to check with the given mail ID, record is present in the database or not. If record is not present, then what should I do? Come on, check the record presence in DB. User is saying that he forgot the password. He is entering the mail ID here and click on submit button. For example, if a user enter abc@gmail.com, in our system, there is no account with this mail ID. Then what should we do? We need to tell that your mail ID is incorrect. I need to send the error message. For example, user has given correct mail ID and click on submit button. We need to tell that your password sent to your email. Please check your mail. Either I need to display success message or error message. Now check record presence in DB with the given mail. Now here, if record not available, send error message. If record is not available in the database, then we need to send error message to the UI. For example, if record is available, then what should I do? If record available, send a password to email and send success message. Send success message. These are three things we need to implement in our method, guys. So whenever you are writing any method implementation, first understand what is the requirement. Then write your comments. Okay, we are trying to implement forgot password. User will give the password here and he will click on submit button. Controller should handle that request. Controller should take that form data. Controller method is ready. We are able to test it. This method is working and we are able to receive the mail ID also. Okay. Controller will call service method. In the service interface, I'm writing one method which is having parameter as well as return type. You should have the maturity when to take the parameter, when to take the return type. Got it? Now, I'm taking mail ID as the input. I'm returning string as the output. That string output will represent what response we want to send to the UI. That method parameter will represent what input we are getting. What input we are getting. So check record presence in the DB with a given email. If record not available, send error message. If record available, send password to email and send success message. Okay. Check the record presence in DB with a given mail ID. Already in our repository, we have a method find by email. There is a method available. Let us simply call that method repository.find by email. Repository.find by email. With the given mail ID, I am trying to retrieve the record. With the given mail ID, I am trying to retrieve the record. Return that. Now I am getting my entity object. How to check this entity contains the data? This mail ID is valid or invalid? If entity is null, that means it is invalid. If entity is not null, that means it is valid. Are you guys clear? Now, if record not available, send error message. What I will do? If entity equal to null. If entity equal to null, then what I am going to return? It is invalid email ID. That means no record available with the given mail ID. User has given some mail ID and click on submit button. With that mail ID, I'm trying to retrieve a record. That record is not available in the database. Then I am returning null value. If this condition satisfied, I'm returning the null value. Do I need to execute anything? Not required. If this condition satisfied, given mail ID is incorrect, I'm going to return invalid email ID message. If record is available, then I need to send the password. That means if this condition is not satisfied, I need to execute my remaining logic. So what will be my remaining logic? Simple. I want to send the email. To send the email, already we are having email utils.send mail to subject and body. To whom you want to send the mail? What is the subject and what is the body? Now, to address, already we have the email. Okay. I need to take care of subject and body. String subject is equal to some value. String body is equal to some value. Subject and body. Subject, recover password. Recover password. Subject, body. I'm going to specify your password. Already we have retrieved entity dot get a password. All right, guys. So we have already retrieved a record with the mail ID. In that entity, password also will be available. That is the record we are getting from the database table. In that entity, password also will be available. Suppose if entity is null, it will return error message from here. This logic will not be executed. If this condition is not satisfied, then subject your password. Your password is entity.getPassword. So this will be subject of that mail and this will be body of that mail. That's it. Already send email method we have implemented. It is working as expected. Just I need to pass to whom we need to send the mail, what should be the subject of the mail, and what should be body of the mail. Look at the logic, guys. Now, forgot password method available. It is taking email ID as an input. With that email ID, I'm trying to retrieve a record from the database table. Unfortunately, this is incorrect mail ID. There is no record. If record is not available, if entity equal to null, I'm returning error message, invalid email ID. Suppose if this condition not satisfied, that means mail ID available in the database. If record is available, already I got the data. That contains the data. Now I want to send email to the user with the password. Recover password will be the subject. Body, your password is equal to entity.getPassword. In the entity, already password is available. Email utils dot send email. Email comma subject comma body. This email represents two address. Whichever the mail ID we are getting, for that mail only we are sending the email. After sending the email, what I will return? I will return success. That means password sent to your mail. Password sent to your mail. So it can return either error message, it can return success message also. This method can be implemented by using Boolean also. If mail ID is incorrect, I will return false value. If mail ID is correct, I will return true value. Like that you can implement with the Boolean also. That means multiple ways we can write the logic. So if you understand the requirement, as per your convenience, you can write it. Nobody will force you in the project. Hey, you need to take only string as a return type, or you need to take only Boolean as a return type. Now I have shown you how to write the method with a string as a return type. Can I show you how to write with the Boolean as a return type? Now I'm taking Boolean as a return type. Boolean means what? True or false value. Now here I will return false value. Right. I will return false value. Method return type, I can take an Boolean. Here I will return true value. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? With the given mail ID, if record is not available, it will return false value. With the given mail ID, if record is available, send the email and returning the true value. If record not available, return false. Okay. If record available, send password to email and return true. Are you guys clear? Good. Now go to controller. In the controller, I need to call my service. How to call it? User service dot forgot password, pass the mail ID. What it is returning? Status it is returning. It is returning me the status. That can be true or that can be false. Now, if the status is true, then what I will do? I will return send success message. Send the success message. Else, what I need to do now? Send error message. That's it. So I'm getting the mail ID from the form by using post request method. Here one method is available to load the form. Here method is available to recover the password. Okay. Now, whatever the mail ID is submitted by the user, I'm getting that mail ID as a method parameter. That mail ID I am giving to my service layer method. Now Boolean status. If service method returning true, what is the meaning of returning true? When it will return true? After sending the email, it will return true. That means the given mail ID is valid. There is a record in the database with that mail ID. It will take the password. It will send the password to the mail. Then it will return true. Suppose if it is returning false value with the mail ID, the record is not available. Send a success message. modal attribute, modal dot add attribute. Now I will take it as a success message and I will send that password sent to your email. Password sent to your email. Now, what can be my error message? What will be my error message? Error message, invalid email. Invalid email. Now, this is success message and error message I will display in the page. Okay, go to the page. Here, our form is available. Just above the form, I will display that a text with the bootstrap classes. Okay, PTH:text is equal to $of success message. $of success message. Class is equal to text success. Class is equal to test success. Okay. Same thing for error also. Now, it will be error message text danger. Error message. Okay, let me change it. Perfect. Success message, copy this. Text success, right? Text success and text danger. Recover your password. Perfect. Logic is fine, guys. Let me run my project in the debug mode to understand it in the better way. I'm running in the debug mode. Log in into my mail ID. Let me log into my Gmail. Okay. Inbox available, delete it. My inbox is empty. I don't have any mail for that. Okay. Clear the console. Go to our application. Okay. I'm able to access the home page of the application. Click on the login. I forgot my password. Now, suppose I'm entering something like this. I have a breakpoint. Let me disable my breakpoint. Now it is giving me invalid credentials. Now I'm typing once again login. I'm getting invalid credential. So what is the option now? Forgot password. I have the account, but I forgot my password. Click on forgot password. When I click on forgot password, it loaded one page. Recover your password. Provide your mail ID. Okay. Now I am giving my mail ID raju@gmail.com. Click on submit. What it is saying? Invalid email. Why it is saying invalid email? Because you check in the database table. Do I have any record with that raju@gmail.com? I don't have any record with that mail ID. Now, let me give correct mail ID, ashokit.classes@gmail.com. In my database, there is a record with that mail ID. Okay, I don't know the password for that. Go here and enter my mail ID and click on submit. Okay, I entered my mail ID and I clicked on submit. What it is saying that password sent to your email. Go to mail ID. Now, can you see here? I'm receiving the password. Recover password. What it is saying? Your password admin@123. Go to the database and check it. The password is admin@123 or not? Yes, it is sending the password to my mail ID. Your password admin@123. So are we able to implement forgot password functionality? Difficult or easy? Easy. Now let us debug the code and understand it. Let us try to debug the code and understand. Now forgot password page is loaded. Go to create new and log in here. Click on forgot password. Now I enabled my breakpoint. Here there is a breakpoint available. Click on always. To understand execution flow, we need to debug our application. Click on submit. I entered my mail ID. I click on submit. Now there is a breakpoint, right? So here this method is getting executed for that submit button. So whenever you click on the submit button, it is sending a post request to our controller method. I am taking mail ID. Am I receiving the mail ID from the form? How I am getting the mail ID from the form to the controller? Here my input field is available. Here my input field is available. How I am getting the mail ID from the form to controller method, guys? Come on. By using request param. From the form, I'm taking the mail ID by using request param. I'm printing that mail ID on the console for confirmation purpose. Yes, F6. Mail ID I have received from the form. Now I am calling my service layer method because controller is only responsible to take the request and send the response. Business logic will be available in the service class. Go inside the service class. Here I am calling repository method find by email. Now, what is the meaning of find by email? Retrieve the record based on the given mail ID. Select star from table where email is equal to given mail ID. It is trying to retrieve the record based on the given mail ID. Are we able to get that? Are we able to get that? Yes, we are able to get the record with the given mail ID. Entity is null or entity is not null? Entity is not null. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? Record available with the given email ID. If the record is available with the given email ID, this condition will satisfy or this condition will not satisfy? Will not satisfy. F6. Then what I am trying to do? I'm sending the mail, right? Already I got the password or not? In the entity password available or not available? In the entity password is already available. Now F6. Subject, send email. We know the mail functionality. It will send the email. My message object will be created. Send to address, given mail ID, subject, body, send method. It will send the email to the given mail ID with the password. Send to true. F6 is sent. Send email success. Return true. Now F6. Status. What is the status? True. What is the meaning of true? Mail is correct, record is available, password is sent to the user. Now I need to send success message. If status is true, set the success message, else set the error message. In our scenario, it is success message. Modal.add attribute, success message, return view page. Now when I go for that view page, success message will be printed. Now for example, let me give raju@gmail.com. Click on submit. Now control came to my controller method. Request came to controller method. I'm capturing the mail ID raju@gmail.com. Boolean status forgot password F5. I'm trying to get the record with the given mail. Entity object. What is entity now? Null value. What is the meaning of null value? Record is not available. Record is not available. Now, if record is not available, what my method is returning? False value. F6. So controller got false as a status. What is the meaning of a false as a status? Mail ID is incorrect. F6. It will go to else block. Modal.add attribute error message. Return forgot password. F8. Now go here. It is giving the error message as invalid email. So with this, we completed user management in our project. With this, we completed user management in our project. So what functionalities are included in the user management? User sign up is available. User unlock account available. User login available. User forgot password is also available. Good. Fine. Any questions, anyone, as of now? Anybody having any questions as of now? We completed one module in our project, guys. As part of this module, we implemented home page that is called our index page. Okay. So we have implemented index page in our project. So this we can call as index page. So here carousel is available and some courses available. Navbar available and footer is also available, and a login functionality is available. Before login, user has to create the new account. Sign up functionality available. So index page completed and we implemented sign up functionality. That means account creation. After account is created, can user log in directly? Can user log in directly? No, user cannot log in directly. Sign up with a unique email validation, right? So can you register 2 times with the same mail ID? Application will not support for that. You need to have the unique mail ID to create the account. Sign up with the unique email validation completed, then unlock account password, unlock account functionality completed. So once you register, you will get a temporary password for your mail ID. There will be a link also to unlock the account. In the unlock account process, you need to reset your password. Your account will be unlocked. Unlock account is available. After account unlock is completed, then you have login functionality. Everybody can log in or only unlock account users can log in? If you create the account with a dummy mail ID, you cannot log in. So if you create the account, you have to give the valid mail ID. Then only you will get the temporary password. Then you need to unlock your account. Then only you can log in. So after login, user may forget. After some days, user may forget the password. Then I have implemented recover password functionality. So if you give the correct email ID, then we will retrieve the password from the database. We will send the password to your email. If you give incorrect email ID, you will get the error message there. Now, suppose I'm giving that mail ID, submit. Okay, breakpoint available, disable the breakpoint, that's it. Now you will get the error message saying that invalid email. So we have completed 5 functionalities as of now. Index page, sign up with unique email validation, unlock account, login, and recover password. Right. Anybody having any questions as of now? Anybody having any questions as of now?
Hello, sir.
Yep.
Sir, request param is used to take the data from URL or?
Not only from URL, it can wherever that data can come from the URL or data can come from the request body also. Whenever you have @request param, in the request object, wherever the key available as email, it will get the value of that key. Not only from the query parameter, even it can read the data from the request body also with the given key. With the given key.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
Sir, during send mail option, one exception occur, mail send exception.
Exceptions I will check later, sir. Functionality wise, do you have any questions?
No, sir. But during sending mail, one got a exception, sir.
SMTP properties you need to configure properly. If SMTP properties are not correct, then you will get error while sending the email.
Could not connect to host, sir.
That means your SMTP properties are incorrect.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, check those properties correctly.
Okay.
Yes, guys. Anyone else having any other question? And remember, we are writing a lot of code. You cannot butify this code. We are writing a lot of code. We cannot butify that code. As per the requirement, we are thinking and we are trying to implement that requirement. Okay. Yeah. So with this, we completed user management functionality in our application. As part of this functionality, index page development got completed. Sign up functionality with the unique email validation got completed. Unlock account functionality got completed. Login functionality completed. And recover password functionality also completed. So this I am calling it as module 1 user management. Module 1 user management. Now we need to go for second module development. In the same project, we have another module that is inquiry management. Okay, let me go for module 2 in the project that is called inquiry management. Now, In the inquiry management, we are having couple of functionalities. First one is dashboard display. And second one is add inquiry. And third one is view inquiries, and inquiry filter is available. Then we are having logout functionality. Okay, so we have completed 5 functionalities in the user management, and another 5 functionalities are pending for inquiry management. First one, we should display dashboard. Second one, add inquiry. Third one, view inquiries. Fourth one, inquiry filter. And the fifth one, logout. Are you guys clear? Fine. Now observe. In our application, I have created user service IMPL and user controller got created for user management functionality. Now coming to inquiry related business logic, I'm going to use inquiry service, and I'm going to use a controller called inquiry controller. Inquiry service is available and inquiry controller is also available. For user management functionality, I have used user service, I have used user controller. For the second module, another service class, another controller class I am going to use. So from where inquiry management is going to start? Once a user login successfully into our application, when user login successfully into our application, go to this demo application. This is dummy screens only. Once a user login into this application, dashboard should be displayed for that logged in user. Which user logged in into our application, that user inquiries only should be displayed here. And I have add inquiry and I have view inquiry. Okay, and we have logout functionality. Here we are having a filter also. And we are having logout functionality. Once a user logged in successfully, we need to display dashboard of that user. How many inquiries added by that user? How many inquiries are enrolled status? How many inquiries are lost status? This report we need to get based on the logged in user. So now in our application, can I write a query? Select count star from table, where select count star from inquiry table. Can I get all the inquiries, or I should not get all the inquiry count? Should I get all the inquiries, or I should not get all the inquiries? Select star from user details available. And similarly, we are having one more entity class, that is inquiry entity. That is student inquiries. Go to here. Now let me go to database. Select star from student inquiry table. Select it, run the query. Currently, any record available in the table or record not available in the table? Record is not available in the table. Now, so here if you observe, what are the fields available? Inquiry ID, mode of the class, course name, date created, inquiry status, last updated, student name, student phone number, user ID. What is the meaning of user ID? That means this inquiry added by which user? Now, multiple users can add the inquiries. Do I need to get total inquiry count and display? No. Which inquiries I need to get now? Based on the user ID, I need to get my inquiries. Now, when user is adding the inquiry, then what should I do? Based on the user ID, inquiries should be added to the table. When I click on view inquiries, then what should I do? Based on the logged in user, I need to retrieve the inquiries. Clear? In order to do this application, session management is very important, right? So in order to implement this application, we need to go for session management. Now I have my application here. Login page will be available, and this is my assume that this is login. This is login functionality. After login, here dashboard is available, add inquiry is available, view inquiries available. View inquiries available. These are three different functionalities. Now, after this, here I am having logout. Assume that this is my logout. This is my logout. Before login, here we have some other functionalities like sign up available, unlock available, and we are having forgot password also. Forgot password also. Okay, guys. Now, sign up functionality common for every user. I no need to do any session management for that. Anybody can go to our website. They can create account in our website and unlock account. Anybody can create the account and they can unlock the account. If they have the account, anybody can log in into our application. And forgot password also. Anybody who is having the account, they can go for forgot password. These application functionalities, guys, whatever the functionalities are available here, for these functionalities, session management not required. Anybody without bothering about my application will not bother who is creating the account, who is recovering the password, who is unlocking the account, who is logging into our application. That is not important for my requirement. But here, once a user login completed successfully, dashboard display, add inquiry display, view inquiry display, specific to the user. If I log in into Facebook, my friend's post will come. If you log in into Facebook, your friend post will come. If I log in into my Gmail, my mails only will come. If you log in into Gmail, your mails only will come. That means after login, the functionalities are specific to logged in user. Are you guys able to follow me? You need to keep in the mind, in our application, there are 10 functionalities are available. 5 functionalities are not related to session. 5 functionalities are related to the session. Dashboard, add inquiry, view inquiry, filter inquiry, and logout. For these 5 inquiries, these 5 functionalities are specific to user. Sign up, unlock, login, forgot password, home page. That is not related to session. 5 functionalities are not related to session. 5 functionalities are related to session. Now here, my application, as of now, it is a stateless application. As of now, my application is a stateless application. That means who is creating the account, who is unlocking the account, who is recovering the password, who is logged in into my application don't know. My application don't know. Now I need to make my application as a stateful application. My application should remember which user logged in into the application. Suppose if Ashok logged in into the application, Ashok dashboard should be displayed. My inquiry count, my enrolled count, my last count should display. Suppose if Suresh logged in into the application, Suresh inquiry should be displayed. Suppose after login, if I add the inquiry, it should remember that this inquiry added by Ashok. Suresh added that inquiry. If I go for view inquiry, okay, Ashok logged in into application, only the inquiries which are added by Ashok should be displayed here. Simple example, Gmail application, common for everybody. If I log in, can I see your emails? No. Why? Gmail is a stateful application. Gmail will understand Ashok logged in, get the mails from the database related to Ashok. If Suresh log in, Suresh logged in into application, get the emails of the Suresh and display. So they have implemented session management in the project. They have implemented session management in the project. Now, for our application, session management is required or session management is not required. In our application, session management is required or not required? Session management is required for module 2, not for module 1. Are you guys getting my point? For module 1, session management not required. But for module 2, session management is required. Why we need session management for the module 2? Our requirement is such a way that if user logged in, that user dashboard should display. After adding the inquiry, it should maintain which user added which inquiry. When I go for view inquiry, based on the logged in user, I need to get the inquiry. Okay, guys. So tomorrow, will anybody tell you that for this screen, we need to use the session? For this screen, we should not use the session. Will your team lead tell you that? Okay, for this method, for this screen, session is required. For this screen, session is not required. Who has to identify? As a developer, you have to identify that requirement. So in our project, 10 functionalities available, 2 modules available. First module functionality not related to session. Anybody can log in, anybody can recover the password, anybody can sign up, anybody can unlock. There is nothing related to user. There is nothing related to user. Once a login is a success, then dashboard specific to user, add inquiry specific to user, view inquiry specific to user. For this functionality, session management is required. You need to have that analysis power. 2 modules available. For one module, session is not required. For second module, session is required. That analysis, you have to do that. Are you guys clear? Suppose if I don't do the session management, can I develop this requirement? Can I display dashboard, add inquiry, view inquiry? No. No. We can display, but it is a common for everybody. Suppose if I don't track like this, if I don't track like this, can we manage our business properly? Can we manage our employees' work? Can we track which employee working properly, which employee not working properly? If you want to run your business, you need to track which employee working properly, which employee not working properly. So for that, I developed this application specific to user. If user log in, that user inquiries, that user dashboard will be displayed. Are you clear? Yes. Any questions on this? Any questions on this? Come on. Guys, do you understand why we are going for session in the second module? Why we are going for session in the second module? Inquiry adding, inquiry display, dashboard display, specific to user functionality. Clear? Now. So what we need to do is, in our application, inquiry management. Inquiry management functionality is specific to logged in user. Inquiry management functionality is depends on logged in user. Inquiry management functionality is depends on logged in user. It can be dashboard, adding the inquiry, view the inquiry filter. So now, as it is specific to the user, application should remember which user is logged in into the application. As it is user specific functionality, our application should remember logged in user details. Our application should remember logged in user details. So now to remember logged in user details, to make our application as a stateful application, we need to go for session concept. To remember logged in user details, we will use session management. We will use session in our application. To remember logged in user details, we will use session in our application. Now note, when user logged in, session should be created. When user logged in, session should be created. When user log out, then session should be destroyed. When user logged in, session should be created. When user log out, then session should be destroyed. For every user, one session will be created. When you log in, your details will be remembered by the application. When you log out, your session data will be removed from the application. Without implementing session management, we cannot develop inquiry management. We cannot develop dashboard, add inquiry, view inquiry, and filter without implementing session in our project. Inquiry management functionality depends on logged in user. As it is user specific functionality, our application should remember logged in user details. To remember logged in user details, we will use session in our application. When user logged in, session should be created. When user log out, then session should be destroyed. Okay, guys. Now, when I go for a dashboard, I will check what data available in the session. So session.get user email ID or session.get user ID. Based on the user ID, I will get my dashboard. Based on the user ID, I will add the inquiry. Based on the user ID, I will display the inquiry. When user click on the logout, then I will destroy the session available in the application. Are you guys clear? Right. Now, first of all, where this inquiry management will start? When the inquiry management will start? If login is successful, then inquiry management is going to start. Go to user controller. Here we are having login functionality. Already it is working. If login is a success, what I am doing? I am redirecting to dashboard page. Why I am not returning only dashboard? Why I am doing the redirection? Dashboard is a static page. Dashboard is a dynamic page. Should I write that logic in the login controller to get the dashboard data? Not required. But once the login is a success, I will return it to dashboard page. Okay. Before returning to the dashboard, I need to create one session and I will set the data in the session. I will create a session and I will store the data in the session object. Are you guys able to follow me? Now, here, if login is a success, what this method is returning? String value. This method is returning a string value. I'm calling my service layer method. What I am doing in my service layer method? Come on, guys. What I am doing in my service layer method? I'm getting the entity object. If entity equal to null, what I am doing here? Invalid credential. If this condition is not satisfied, I'm checking the locked status. Return your account locked. Suppose if these two conditions are not satisfied, I'm returning the success. So now if these two conditions are not satisfied, can I say that login is successful? Come on, guys. If these two conditions are not satisfied, can I say login is success? Now, once user is logged in, session should be created. When user is logged out, then session should be destroyed. So here I need to create session and store user data in session. Observe. Entity null, not satisfied. Account status logged, not satisfied. Then what I'm doing? Create session and store user data in the session object. Okay. In order to create the session, I'm going to inject private HTTP session. Private HTTP session, I'm going for session. Let me go for auto void. Session is a predefined object in the servlet API. I'm taking that session through auto wiring session. Now here, if it is success, then I'm going to do session dot set attribute. I'm going to specify user ID and entity dot get user ID. So that's it. If user login is successful, if user login is successful, I'm taking the session object, session will be created. If user login success, how can I say that login success? This condition not satisfied. This condition not satisfied. That means it is success. Then I am creating session dot set attribute. What I am storing in the session? User ID I am storing as a key value entity dot get user ID. If I have the user ID, I can get the dashboard data. I can add the inquiry. I can display the inquiry. So if you go to the dashboard, to display the dashboard data, to add the inquiry, to view the inquiry, I need to know my logged in user data. I need to know my logged in user data. To get that logged in user data, I need the user ID. Once user login, session dot set attribute of user ID, entity dot get user ID. If a user logged in into the application, I'm storing user ID in the session object. When this object should be deleted from the session? When I need to remove this value from the session? When user log out from the application. Now go to here, inquiry management controller. I will write one method called logout method. Okay, public string logout. When this method will be called? When user logged out from the application. When user log out from the application, what I want to display? I want to display index page. Let me go for @get mapping / logout. @get mapping / logout. Now, when user click on the logout, I need to delete the session. HTTP session I am taking. Let me go for get mapping. Sorry, not getter. Auto wire. Sorry. Let me go for auto wire. Now inject the session. In the controller, I am taking this. Now session dot invalidate. That's it. I'm calling session dot invalidate. When I am invalidating the session, when user click on the logout, then I am calling session dot invalidate. When the session is created, when user logged in successfully, I'm writing session dot set attribute user ID entity dot get user ID. When user logged in successfully, I am storing the user ID in the session. When user log out from the application, I'm calling session dot invalidate. Okay, logout URL is available. So wherever logout is available, when I click on the logout, it has to delete the session and it should go to the home page. It should go to the home page. Now, perfect. Let me check it. In the dashboard, logout will be available. Templates, dashboard.html. In the dashboard.html, logout is available here. / is available. What is the meaning of /? Index page it is going to call. But what I need to call now? Logout. I will call the logout. So when I give href is equal to logout, what will happen? When you click on the logout, it will go to controller method. What is the logic available in the controller method? Session dot invalidate. Then it is going to return the index page. Home page will come. In the dashboard page, we have that. In the add inquiry also, logout is available. Here also give it as a logout. In the view inquiry also, logout is available. Let me give this href is equal to logout. Wherever you click logout, it will come to the controller method. Can we check that? Yes. Now, inquiry status service IMPL session dot attribute. Okay. I have the breakpoints now. Let me start my application. Hide the control now. Clear the console. Close all. Debug as boot application. Debug as boot application. Console. Okay. Clear this. Let me access my application. Go to original application. Home page. Yeah. Go to login. Enter valid mail ID and password. Click on login. Breakpoint is available. Debug. Post request came for our controller method. Go to service method. Now F6. With the given mail ID and password, it is trying to retrieve the data. Entity available or not available? That means my credentials are valid. I'm able to retrieve the entity. If entity equal to null, no. Condition satisfied or not satisfied? Not satisfied. Get account status equals log. Condition satisfied or not satisfied? So credentials are correct. Account is also unlocked. Can I say it is a successful login now? Yes. So before returning success, what I am doing? Session dot set attribute. What I am setting now? Entity dot get user ID. What is user ID? User ID is 1. Okay. F6. Now the data stored in the session. F8. Dashboard method called. Okay. Dashboard loaded. Currently, what data coming in the dashboard? What data coming in the dashboard? It is dummy data in the dashboard. Now go to logout. When I click on the logout, what is happening now? Control came to my method. What I am doing in this method? Session dot invalidate. What is the meaning of session dot invalidate? I'm destroying that session object. I'm returning index. Then what will happen? User logged out from the application. Okay. So when I am storing the data in the session, when I am deleting the session, when I am storing the data in the session, when I am deleting the session. If a user logged in successfully, then I will store the data in the session. If a user is logged out, then I will destroy the session. Are you guys clear? So with this, when user is logged in into our application, can my application remember which user logged in into application? Yes. Throughout the application, for one user, one session will be available. Now, when I logged in into my application, for example, admin@123, click on the login. There is a breakpoint, disable. I logged in into my application. When I am getting the data for the dashboard, do I know which user logged in into application? User ID I have in the session. Based on the user ID, can I get how many inquiries available for that user? How many inquiries are enrolled? How many inquiries are lost? Can I get that data? And similarly, when I go for add inquiry, can I remember which user adding the inquiry? When I go for view inquiry, do I know which users your inquiries I have to retrieve? Yes, we know that. When I click on the logout, that session will be removed and the user will be logged out from the application. Are you guys clear? Any questions, anyone? Anybody having any questions on this?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, there is only
1 minute.
one
Yeah.
session for. Sir, is there only one session for one login user?
One user will have only one session, not multiple
Yes, sir.
sessions.
Yes, sir. So that's why we are using auto wire at a controller level and auto wire at service level.
Right.
And the same session is available for both the places.
Right.
Okay. Or can we multiple user can log in this application, sir?
Sorry,
Multiple user can
every
log in at
user
a
will
time.
have their own session, sir. Every user
Okay.
will have their own session.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, sir, after logging out, if we go back, then
We
that
need
page
to
will be
we need to
available.
restrict that, sir. After logout, if you go back, browser refresh, browser back button, we need to disable this. Right? We need to disable that. You got my point? Yeah. Any other question, anyone?
How many times the user has logged in, we are not making a
Morning,
record.
sir.
Sorry?
We are not making a record of how many times the user has logged in because we don't need that. No, sir?
No. No. Hey guys, now can you think about how to develop this dashboard page in our application? Right? How to develop the dashboard page in our application? If login is success, I should get the dashboard data. So do you have any idea how to get the data for the dashboard? Yep. We need to write custom query. What query you are going to write? Get the count of inquiries based on the user ID. Based on the user ID, we need to get the data. Okay, fine. What about add the inquiry, view inquiries? Based on the user ID, we need to add the inquiry. Based on the user ID, we need to get the inquiry. So do I need to teach you how to insert the data, how to retrieve the data? Add inquiry, that means just to capture the data from the form, insert the record. View inquiry, get the data from the database and display in the table. So dashboard, how many inquiries are there based on the logged in user? How many inquiries are enrolled? How many inquiries are lost? How many queries you are executing for this? Why?
Sir, we need to because
With one
not-
query, we can do that, right? First, get the total inquiries. Then you can do the filter by using streams. How many inquiries are enrolled status? How many inquiries are lost status? One query will give you all the data. In that data, you need to bifurcate. How many are enrolled? How many are lost? So instead of executing 3 queries, you execute single query, get the inquiries data. You will get some list. In that list, how many inquiries are enrolled status, how many inquiries are lost status. With one query, you can get the complete data, which is required for the dashboard page. Able to understand? Can you think that and can you do that work? So now, I want you people to implement this dashboard page, add the inquiry and view the inquiry. This filter, I will explain how to do this with the Ajax. The remaining part, you can do it easily. So you can get the data, display in the dashboard. Add inquiry means first you need to get the data for the drop down and you need to store the form data in the table. View inquiry means whatever the inquiries are available for the logged in user, you need to get the data, you need to display here. Can you guys do that? Yes, fine. Yeah, online people, any questions on this?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Just tell me.
Sir, in session, you have stored the user ID there.
Right.
Sir, can you explain it again, sir? Because I got confused there.
Sir, why I am storing user ID in the session? When I want to get the dashboard or when I want to add the inquiry, when I want to view the inquiry, I need the user ID. That is the reason I'm storing user ID in the session. You got it?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
You
Sir,
got my point?
sir,
Good morning, Ashok, sir.
Yes,
Sir, suppose the same user ID will ask many times for the new courses, that time what will happen? Same user ID.
That validation
For
check I did
example,
not implement.
I
That is
can
not
use
part of our requirement. As of now, basic user ID. This is not a major project, guys. Okay.
Okay.
Just we need to understand how to deal with the session, how to get the user specific data. That's it. If same
Hello, sir.
user we are
Okay,
adding
thank
multiple times, duplicate records will be inserted.
Sir, means
So
sir,
why, sir?
Just
whenever
we will see the view enquiries, correct? Is that right?
Right,
We will get the details from the view enquiries.
right.
Yeah, thank you.
sir, means sir, when we keep the user ID in the session, then when we click on logout, then again we need to log in for the application.
If you log out again, general, how you are using Gmail, you log in into Gmail, you send one mail, you log out. After log out, again you need to log in into the Gmail, right? Same project.
Yes, sir, but we are
Same.
not implementing that in this mini project, no?
We will implement that also. If you log in, your data will be there in the session. When you log out, you will come to the home page. Again, you need to log in if you want to do something.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Got
sir.
it?
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Sir, can you help me to how to get that user ID from the session, sir?
Session.get attribute. Wherever you need the user ID, session.get attribute, you need to do that. That is what you need to do today. Dashboard development.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. So in the inquiry controller, we have a method to get the data for the dashboard, right? So here you need to write the logic to get the data from the session. From that session, you need to get the user ID. Based on the user ID, you need to get the dashboard data. Right. Yes. Next, anyone else? Any question?
Sir, why we need sessions, sir, if we are adding a user ID, sir? Because we are newly creating a user now.
Madam, if you don't have a session, how can you understand which user data you need to get for the dashboard? Which inquiries you need to get to display? Without session, how can you do that?
Sir, I'm asking about adding inquiry, sir. We are adding a newly created user now. Then why session is required?
Without session, how can you get this data? I'm asking that. Without session, how you will get this data? Without session,
Okay.
how you will add the inquiry? When you add the inquiry, how can you track which user added that
Okay.
inquiry? When you go for
Yeah,
view
yes.
inquiry, how you will understand which user inquiries you need to get? In your office, 3 employees are there. Which employee inquiries you will get here?
Yes, sir.
You got my point?
Yes.
Currently,
Yeah.
inquiries data not available. We will add that data. The development we have to do.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Sir, is the session information coming to the browser from the server?
It will not come to the browser.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So one more question, sir. Whenever we are in Spring Framework, normally we are getting the instance of an interface using AutoWare. But I
Right.
want to know, sir, what kind of design pattern which was being maintained before the Spring Framework?
Factory design pattern.
Okay.
Before Spring, we used to work with factory. Now Spring is using that factory design pattern.
So their abstraction is also maintained there?
Yes, it will be there. It will be there.
Sir, in view inquiry, how many data needs to be loaded initially?
Sorry?
Sir, in view inquiries,
what
the amount of data we need to load initially when the page loads?
Currently, I did not give any pagination here. Na? You need to load all the data.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in banking project, web-based project of bank, okay. Which scenario they will
Forget
use?
about banking project. First, think about our project and implement this.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Fine, guys. Good.
What is the difference between @request param and @model attribute?
We will discuss that in the future, madam. @request param is used to capture the data which is coming in the request. Model attribute means sending the object back to the UI. Request param is used to take the data coming from the request. Model attribute to send the data back to the UI. Okay, fine. Good. Fine, guys. Offline people, anybody having any question? Can you guys develop that forgot password, dashboard, add inquiry, view inquiry? Add inquiry that you already know, just inserting the data. View inquiry means retrieve the data, display in the table. Dashboard, I have given the clue. Once you log in into the application, dashboard method is calling. You need to get the user ID from the session. Based on the user ID, you need to get the data and display in the dashboard. So tomorrow I will complete all those 3 functionality: dashboard display, add inquiry, view inquiry. Day after tomorrow, we'll work on the Ajax call. So when I go for view inquiry, how the table will be filtered automatically, that we need to understand. Fine. Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Evening Spring Boot class is there.